Now, Christmas and New Year are two of the most alcohol fueled times of year. It's filled with drinks and parties and people meeting up and all of that stuff. And there are thousands, if not millions, of people that just kind of let it all go during this time. But I don't do that. So I've not drank for just over 3 years, and this will actually be my fourth Christmas and New Year where I don't touch a drop of alcohol. And what I want to do for you in this video is I want to explain how I stay sober during the festive period, how I can just get through this without any difficulty, without any struggle, without resisting. And I really want to share my mindset because the stuff that I'm going to share with you hasn't just worked for me, it's worked for numerous people now that I work with in the Sober Clear program. And if you want more details on the program, make sure to click the link in the description. There'll be a short video that you can watch that explains how I work with people, how first principles thinking works, how we use coaching and focus on the future. And if you like what you hear and you want my personal help stopping drinking, you can actually book a call and we can see if the program may be a good idea for you. So click the link in the description for more details on the program. But back to Christmas and New Year. So there are really 5 things that I want to break down for you in this video to really show you how to stay sober and how I stay sober, and just think you guys will love this one. So the very first thing that I have done is I really see alcohol differently to most people. Now, as you guys know, I used a mental model called first principles thinking because I tried to stop drinking for about 10 years and I tried conventional ways to stop and nothing was really working for me. But what I did is I really broke down my understanding of alcohol and my understanding of stopping drinking and all of this terminology that we use, and I just broke down the world that we live in. And really, I just came to a conclusion that's different to what 99% of people have. Most people's conclusion with alcohol is that it adds value, it's beneficial, and especially during something like Christmas, it's going to enhance the occasion. It's going to make it more enjoyable. I'm going to be able to connect with people better. I can let myself go. And people will see alcohol as something that during the Christmas and during New Year is just going to do so much good for them. I had that belief as well for 10 years, and that meant that every time that I tried to stop drinking it, and I went to, say, a Christmas party or a New Year's Eve party, and I would see alcohol as that good thing. Even if I wasn't drinking it, I'd still see it as a good thing. But after using this mental model called first principles thinking I just built a completely different worldview. Now, I have made an in-depth training showing you how to apply first principles thinking to get control of your drinking. You can find that in the description below. But essentially, the way that I see alcohol now is I don't see it as something that will add any value. I basically see alcohol as ethanol, as poison, as something that I will not put in my body because everybody else is doing it, right? If everybody else was smoking crack cocaine, I'm not getting involved in smoking crack cocaine, right? The funny thing is with alcohol is we see it as a completely different thing, right? We don't see it as a highly addictive drug that is destroying millions of people's lives. No, we see it as a pleasure, as a bit of fun, a bit of a relaxing thing to do. I don't see alcohol that way because it's just not the truth. It's not really what it is. All it is a fancy marketed poison that's highly addictive, that's laced with sugar so you can't actually taste the drug itself. And I'm very, very firm in this worldview. And obviously, if you've been watching this channel for a while, you'll know that this is what I teach, this is what I help people do. And if you watch some of the other videos on the channel, you'll get a bit more of a deeper understanding of the way I view alcohol. But now that I've got this foundation, getting through events like Christmas and New Year, it's a walk in the park. Which leads me to the second point of the video. And the second point of the video is after I developed this worldview through a lot of study, a lot of introspection, a lot of learning, I made a commitment to not drink alcohol. And when I say this, I mean that just over it was about 3.5 years ago, I made this all-in decision. It was this cutoff where I was just 1000% in and I was not drinking alcohol again. And I've described this decision before, and I know that a lot of you guys have also made that decision, but what I mean is that I made a decision that I felt in my core, like it was just something that I was not going to back down from. And then it was like a simple switch. It was like, okay, I've been a drinker that's been struggling with alcohol for 10 years, and boom, there's the cutoff point. I don't drink anymore. Like that's just me. That's who I am on an identity level. So because I'm so clear on that decision, like I am not going to drink during Christmas and New Year because I'm a non-drinker. Like that's just simply it. I don't drink alcohol. And provided that I don't question that decision, I don't go back on my word, I don't start trying to create a paradigm where I see alcohol as a good thing again, it's going to be a walk in the park. It's been a walk in the park for the past 3 years. It doesn't bother me to be around people drinking and be around people that are enjoying the festive period with a glass of wine, right? I don't care because I'm a non-drinker. I have a great time without it. I can socialize, I can go out, I can go to parties, I can do what I want because I know that the alcohol isn't going to enhance the occasion, which actually leads me to the third point of the video, which is exactly that. I know through years of experience, years of trial and error, that if I were to drink alcohol during Christmas, during New Year, there is absolutely nothing to gain whatsoever. There's not a single thing that I will gain as a result of putting ethanol in my body. Now, during like the 10 years of trying to stop drinking and all of those failed attempts that I'd made in the past, I did not used to see alcohol that way. I used to think that if I was to drink that pint of beer or that cocktail, somehow everything would get better, right? I'd be more confident, I'd have a better time, I'd have a lot more fun. And listen, I relapsed like 4 years ago, however long it was maybe 4 or 5 years ago. It was on a New Year's Eve party, and I will make a video talking about this. I actually relapsed during this time because I had changed the way I viewed alcohol, right? I was at this party and seeing all these people drink and have a good time and look all glamorous and nice, and everyone was laughing and joking, and I thought that somehow alcohol would help me get to that level and enhance that occasion, right? The reason why people were having a good time is because it was New Year and it was a party and it was a lot of fun and there was a lot of cool people there. That's what was making people laugh and have a good time. The alcohol didn't create the good laughter. It was everybody being together and having fun. And that night that I did drink, the alcohol didn't enhance the occasion. It really did nothing. And what happened is just my life just started trickling down as a result of that drink. But the point is that now I know that there is nothing to gain from drinking alcohol. I am so certain in that, and I want to share that with you as well, because if you truly believe that in your bones, in your core, you will not drink during Christmas. If you know for certain that, number one, you see alcohol differently, you see it in that, negative frame of mind where you see it as a poison. Number two, you make the decision to not drink. And then number three, you are absolutely crystal clear that there is nothing to gain from drinking alcohol. Christmas and New Year will be a walk in the park. Which leads me to the fourth point of the video. And the fourth point of the video is during Christmas and during New Year, I will do nothing that I do not enjoy. Now, for example, let's say that, I worked in an office and there was a Christmas party, right? And everybody meets up and they go to a nice restaurant, and I don't know if that will be going on this year, but let's just say that that was the scenario that I had. Now, let's say I go to the Christmas party, have a great time, don't drink alcohol, but everybody around me is drinking, but I have a great time because everyone's together, laughing, joking, telling stories, just having fun. Now, I personally do not like nightclubs. I know I don't like nightclubs. I have no enjoyment being around that loud, banging music. I just don't enjoy it. If all of a sudden, the people in the work party were like, oh, everybody's, had a few now and they're loosened up and they're like, oh, we're going to go to the nightclub down the road. You want to come, Leon? I'd be like, well, no, because I don't enjoy going to nightclubs, right? Yeah, I might go for 5 minutes, show my face, but I'm probably going to get the hell out because I don't enjoy that. Now, for example, let's say the Christmas party had finished and everybody was like drunk and loose still, but then they said, Leon, we're going to go and play pool. We're going to go and play American pool. There's a bar down the road. That is something that I would enjoy. Like, I would enjoy playing pool, having a bit of fun. And that is an activity that I would have fun doing. Now, because everybody's drinking, because they're going to continue drinking at that place, do you think that I would not go? Absolutely not. I would 100% go because it's something that I enjoy. And these days, I'm very mindful of this. I don't do things that I don't enjoy anymore. And this is particularly important when we're talking about places and environments where alcohol is sold. Because if you put yourself into a very uncomfortable environment that you just don't enjoy, like let's say you hate pubs, right? And everybody goes to a pub and they all want to invite you to this pub and you just don't feel comfortable in those environments, that's when all of a sudden alcohol becomes like an escape. It becomes an easy way out. And all of a sudden, because you're not enjoying yourself, you can then start to see alcohol as something that will somehow make your situation that you're not enjoying better. So it's very important not to put yourself into these situations that you just don't enjoy. I'm not saying that you should avoid alcohol because there's going to be no avoiding it. You're not going to be able to avoid alcohol for the entirety of your life. And I don't believe in that. I believe in doing things that you enjoy, getting involved, being social, and not hiding in the shadows. But something that I've learned and something that I will not be doing is I will not be doing anything that I do not enjoy during Christmas and during New Year. And I think that's very important. Which leads me to the fifth and final point of this video. And one key mindset that I will be carrying during Christmas, during New Year, is pity of the drinker. Now, I know that there are people out there that don't have drinking issues. They will drink for their whole lives. It would never cause any problems. They'll just feel fine. And there are people that are like that, right? I wasn't like that. Most people aren't like that. Most people, it's a slippery slope downwards and it just slowly gets worse. It doesn't get better and it doesn't really stay at the same level. For most people, it's a slippery slope downwards. Now, for many years, those people that kind of had things under control, I would look at them with envy. I would want to be like them. So when I was not drinking at Christmas, I would see these people that would just have a glass of wine and chat and like nothing was changing and they weren't going out afterwards and going crazy and they had a nice car and a nice life and a beautiful family and they drank. I used to look at those people and I used to want to be like them. Now, it's very important for you to realize that all those people are doing is drinking poison, right? It's not not changing anything about the occasion. It's doing nothing for them whatsoever. And really, the only reason why they'd ever want to drink alcohol is to feel how you would feel as a non-drinker all of the time. They just want to be able to relax. They just want to be able to have a good time. And the non-drinker has that all of the time. So these days, and I'm not saying this from a place of superiority, I'm not saying this from a place of I'm better than them, but I would look at the drinker now with a feeling of pity. I would actually feel sorry for them and wish that they know what I know. Instead of it being the other way around, instead of me wanting to be like them, I just kind of wish that they saw alcohol the way that I see it. Which is why I make these videos, which is why I built Sober Clear and built the program where I help other people that have had similar issues to me get control of their drinking, because I know that it was the best decision I made in my adult life, bar none. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you want my help, make sure to click the link in the description. Have a great day.